2015, has that been a good year? Things growing?
Well, I tell you, it's becoming, the first of the year was a little bit tough, but first quarter, but it's becoming, it's improving as we're going along throughout the year. But I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but we're in an international type situation now. So goes China, so goes Greece, so goes these other countries. Has a profound effect on what we do over here in Ringgold, Georgia, regardless of the distance away from us. Mm-hmm. But it's becoming, hopefully, we're into, as you're well aware, of our third quarter, and it's looking favorable, and hopefully we can finish off the year with a stronger year.
Mm-hmm. Now, you started off really in carpet, and a lot of that has shifted to hard surface. How's that mix changed, grouping all of the hard surface together?
The percentage now, David, with the carpet is still our primary product that we sell. However, it's quickly changing, and I say quickly changing, it's been a gradual change, but here at Sun Mills, I'd have to say 50% of our sales are carpeting still. The other percentage would be portioned out to tile, to LVT, to even sheet vinyl sometimes, and laminate flooring. Mm-hmm. That would be the other four products that we have our most emphasis on, our sales on, would be divvied up between those. But again, tile's coming along strongly with us right now.
Gotcha. Before the recession, they tell me there were somewhere in the range of 20,000 independent floor covering retailers, give or take. After the recession, it looked like that came down to somewhere 11,000, 12,000, they tell me. What's your take on that, and what do you see as the future of independent retailers in the United States?
I think that it's going to pick up here if we can get back to I don't think we'll be back to the full blown days of the what I call the heydays, but I see a gradual changing along here. But we're actually losing, while you're on that particular point, we're actually losing a lot of the dealers who are in this industry who have retired and have gotten out of it because it's too much of an effort. But there's going to always be somebody to step in their place. But I'd be totally surprised if it got back to the same count of that amount of dealers before the recession.
Well, we're seeing the big box players seem to be very aggressive after floor covering business. We've seen the major online players are also taking pot shots at that, and I suspect they'll be successful, and that's going to come out, it seems to me, of the independent retailers' hide.
Yeah, they're not going to be as important or as viable as they were in the past, for sure. But the big boxes are we love the big boxes because if we're able to get the customer in our hands and educate them on their on the bottom line that they're buying from and comparing apples to apples, mm-hmm. we're able to possibly, not possibly, but a lot of times we're able to turn them in our direction.
I see. Getting customers in the door, I guess that's a lot of the business you do. You don't see them, obviously, if you're doing Minneapolis and Kentucky and other places, but a lot of them you do. What's the hardest part about getting them in the front door here?
Well, that's changed dramatically due to the internet. And, you know, a little knowledge is dangerous sometimes, and you get these consumers now who are have gathered up all this knowledge on the internet and prepared themselves, and then they'll come at you and price shop. So it is, but figuring out a way to get them in the door is difficult, except I go back to the original referral method or technique that we have. If we've done Mrs. Jones or Mr. Smith's house 2 years ago, we'll be in touch with him, asking him how things are going, and thanking him for the business of the past, hoping that he'll refer us to his children and his relatives or anybody that's in the market for floor covering.
I gotcha.
So we ask for that referral upon the completion of every sale, or we work with our dealers and our interior decorators, asking them constantly for leads.
Mm-hmm. And you're out there all the time trying to build up new customers, new designers, decorators?
Sure. No matter what part of the country it's in, we try to focus in locally here, but it's interesting and it's a challenge, but you're able to get leads from that source.
And you do that via the internet?
Oh, sure. I mean, not only the internet, but no. I mean, we'll get a dealer who says that we'll ask him how things are going in his marketing area, and is there anything new going on up there with new source of new dealers, and so, a lot of times they'll say, well, why don't you give this person a call, and they'll give us the leads.
I say. That's good. That's
or it
good.
doesn't interfere with their marketing area.
Yeah. What's your philosophy as it relates to pricing? Do you have sort of a pricing strategy? How's that work?
Pricing strategy?
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I kind of follow the lead of Julian Saul, the former president of Shaw Industries and the owner of Queen Carpet Mills, who is not a close friend of mine, but he always, I had some conversations with him, played golf with him a few times, and he always said, David, he says, if you're not selling your product 20%, if you're selling at a 20% gross profit, you're breaking even. And a lot of the philosophy in our industry around the area here is to put a $2 square yard mark on it and send it off regardless of the margins. We're not under that philosophy. If we don't make money on a sale, we'll back off of it. I mean, pure and simple.
That's good business for everybody, it would seem to me.
Well, it may be, but we figure that we're not a nonprofit organization working over here. So.
That's right. You know, the real, and I just take from what you're saying, the real product that you sell is service, really. You just happen to be in the floor covering business.
No question about it. And another added feature, too, of my wife here is out in the homes of these interior decorators' customers, and working with them, and because you have to put this whole package together, and I keep referring to tile, but where you have, and also commercially, we're working on a big job now and through an interior decorator, and it involves LVT, it involves tile, and it involves carpet tiles. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a doctor's office, and it has to be coordinated because color is still the number one reason why people buy floor covering for the most part, most of the time. So the coordination and the extra special service is extremely important. And once you have accomplish this and put this headache to bed for a lot of people who are trying to put this together for them, you know, because we're able to provide that extra service. It wins over customers and referrals.
Well, I have to imagine that for somebody dealing with a long-distance supplier, getting over that first hurdle, you know, are they telling me the truth? Is it a good situation?
Oh, yeah.
Once it's a positive situation, you're a real find for them, I would imagine.
Yeah, and David, what I do is, what our practice is here at Sun Mills, we don't deal with any suppliers unless they back up their products. We know what a defective piece of tile is. We know what a defective piece of vinyl is or carpeting, and if it's defective, we want them to shoulder the responsibilities, and we expect them to shoulder the responsibilities of having it replaced, no matter whether it's in Kentucky, and no matter whether it's in Minneapolis. And we've had challenges like that in the past, but if you want to make a real believer out of that dealer, is when they have a customer that they have sold, and they have a complaint, and we always tell them, if you have any complaints on any materials, give us a call immediately and we'll put it into practice. We don't put it on the shelf and wait for 2 or 3 or 4 days. We jump on it right away at that particular time, contact the mill, have them getting involved in it, and so now we're able to get some digital pictures sent to us, and we just refer it to their complaint department, and we take care of the of the situation right away, quick.
Want to make a positive out of a negative by virtue of helping
Absolutely.
them quickly.
A lot of people duck from that, from any complaints, but I tell them I'm not, my phone is always available, and my cell phone, give me a call under any circumstances if you have a complaint from a consumer.